If you think your cat only shows love when they feel like it, you're missing something important. Because cats communicate affection constantly, just not in obvious ways. They hide it in tiny signals, small behaviors, moments so subtle, most people never even notice them. But once you learn to recognize those signals, everything changes. You stop feeling like the person who feeds the cat and start realizing something much deeper. You've become their person, their chosen human. Think about that for a second. Some people live with cats for years and never truly understand the language being spoken around them every day. But you're about to. So if you want to recognize the hidden ways your cat's trust grows stronger over time, you're in exactly the right place. And if you care about becoming the person your cat feels safest with, make sure you subscribe, because these small signals reveal more than most owners ever realize. Now let's start with one of the clearest signs of all. Number 1, the slow blink, the silent, "I trust you" signal. Have you ever noticed your cat looking at you quietly, then suddenly pausing, before slowly closing their eyes in that calm, dreamy way? Most people assume it means one thing. Oh, they're sleepy. And yes, sometimes they are relaxed. But that blink carries a message far deeper than simple tiredness. Because in the language of cats, closing their eyes near someone is a risk. Cats are naturally alert animals. Their instincts constantly push them to scan the environment, watching movement, tracking sounds, staying aware of potential danger. So when your cat slowly lets their eyelids drift shut while looking at you, they're doing something incredibly meaningful. They're lowering their guard, choosing vulnerability, even for just a second. Now picture the moment clearly. Your cat is resting nearby. The room is quiet. They look toward you. Hold eye contact gently. And then comes that slow blink. No tension, no fear, no urgency, just softness. That's not random behavior. That's communication. A silent signal that says, "I feel safe with you." And here's what makes this even more powerful. Researchers who study feline body language often describe the slow blink as one of the clearest peaceful social cues cats use. Almost like a quiet smile, or a soft nod between trusted companions. Which means your cat isn't simply relaxing near you. They're actively expressing trust. And once you start recognizing that, those tiny blinks stop feeling ordinary. Because suddenly you realize, your cat may have been telling you they trust you all along, just in a language most humans were never taught to notice. But the slow blink is only the beginning. Because some of the strongest signs of love don't come from the eyes at all. They come from the way your cat chooses to stay close to you, when they don't have to. A cat in the wild would never shut their eyes near something that threatens them. Survival instincts run deep. So, when your cat slow blinks at you, they're sending a silent message. "I feel safe. I don't need to be on guard." Watch for the pattern. A relaxed face, soft eyelids, a slow close, then an even slower open. It's not random. It's intentional. And here's what most people miss. You can answer back. A slow blink from you tells your cat, "I'm safe, too." It mirrors an ancient ritual, and cats recognize it instantly. It's one of the simplest ways to strengthen your bond without saying a word. Think about the last time your cat did this. Maybe on the couch, maybe while you were scrolling your phone, maybe when you weren't even paying attention. That wasn't laziness. That was trust. And once you know how to read that trust, the next behavior becomes even more meaningful. Number 2, the follow but not too close behavior. Here's something that might surprise you. When your cat casually trails behind you, acting like they just happen to be going the same way, that's not coincidence. It's a bonding signal. Remember how the slow blink shows trust? This is the next layer. Experts call it shadowing, and it's one of the clearest signs your cat chooses you. Not because they need food, not because they're bored, but because your presence feels safe. Picture this. You stand up to get a glass of water. You hear soft paws behind you. Not close enough to touch, but close enough to stay in your orbit. That distance is deliberate. Cats love control, and following you without crowding you lets them stay connected while still feeling independent. And here's what most people don't realize. This behavior isn't automatic. Cats won't do it with someone they don't trust. They won't do it in a space where they feel threatened. They only do it when they feel calm enough to explore with you nearby. So, if your cat shadows you, even in that cool, whatever way, they're sending you a quiet emotional message. "I want to be where you are." Pay attention to this, because when they take it one step further, you'll see an even deeper bond forming next. Number 3, bringing you gifts, even the weird ones. Imagine you're sitting on the couch and suddenly your cat trots over proudly carrying a sock, a toy mouse, or if you're less lucky, a bug they heroically defeated. This isn't random, and it's definitely not your cat being strange. It's a message. Remember how following you shows connection? This goes deeper. Cats share resources only with those they consider family. In the wild, mothers bring food to teach their young how to hunt. That instinct didn't disappear. It just changed shape in your living room. So, when your cat places something at your feet, they might be saying, "Look what I found." Or, "I'm taking care of you too." It's emotional. It's primal. And most people completely misread it. Here's the part many owners miss. Your reaction matters. A calm thank you and gentle acknowledgement reinforces the bond without scaring them off from repeating it. And hey, if this is finally making sense, hit that subscribe button. You're clearly someone who wants to understand your cat's hidden language, and that's exactly what this channel exists for. Because when a cat brings you something, no matter how weird, it means you're in their inner circle. And the next behavior shows an even more vulnerable level of trust. Number 4, showing their belly but not always wanting touch. You've probably heard that a cat showing their belly means they want you to rub it. But here's the truth. That's one of the biggest myths in cat behavior. What looks like an invitation is usually something very different. When a cat exposes their belly, they're revealing the most vulnerable part of their body. No organs are protected. No muscles are guarding them. It's the position an animal would avoid in the wild unless they felt completely safe. Think about that. Your cat is lying there stretched out, paws loose, eyes soft. That's not a trap. That's trust. They're saying, "I'm defenseless, and I'm okay with you seeing that." Of course, some cats enjoy belly rubs, but many don't. And when they grab your hand or bunny tick you, they're not being mean. They're following instinct. The belly isn't a play zone for most cats. It's a survival zone. So here's the key. Appreciate the signal without assuming it's an invitation. A soft voice, a slow blink, or a gentle head touch nearby tells them you understand their message. And when your cat realizes you can read this deeper level of trust, they often shift to a behavior that's even more meaningful. Their ancient ritual of acceptance. Number 5, the head bump. A hidden ritual of acceptance. Let me guess. You felt your cat gently tap their head against your hand, your leg, or even your face. And you wondered what that little nudge actually meant. This isn't random affection. It's a ritual, a real one. Remember how showing their belly reveals vulnerability. Head bumps, called bunting, reveal ownership and acceptance. Cats have scent glands on their forehead and cheeks, and when they press them against you, they're marking you as part of their safe group. In their world, scent equals family. Picture your cat walking up with that slow, confident stride. They lift their head, lean in, and bump you like it's the most natural thing ever. That tiny moment carries a huge message. You belong with me. And here's something most people miss. If they bump you and then close their eyes, that's elite-level trust. That's their way of saying they aren't just comfortable with you. They're bonded to you. You can respond the right way by lowering your head slightly or giving a soft scratch under the chin. That shows you understand their ritual. And when you respond well to bunting, your cat often shows another behavior that seems confusing until you know what it really means. Number 6, sitting with their back turned to you. There's a reason your cat sometimes sits with their back facing you. And it's not what people assume. We just talked about bunting as a ritual of acceptance, and this connects directly to it. When a cat turns their back to you, they're doing something that seems rude, but is actually incredibly meaningful. Most people think, "Wow, guess they're ignoring me." But here's what's actually happening. Your cat is stepping into guard mode. By facing the room while keeping you behind them, they're telling you, "I'll watch the environment. You're safe with me." Picture your cat perched at the edge of the bed or on the couch armrest, body pointed outward, but sitting close enough that you can feel their warmth. That's not indifference. That's loyalty. And this part is important. Animals don't turn their backs on anything they don't trust. It's a primal instinct. Turning away makes them vulnerable. So, when your cat chooses that position around you, it's a silent signal of deep security. Watch for this pattern in your home, near doorways, in hallways, on the corner of furniture. It's one of the clearest signs your cat feels safe enough to protect both themselves and you. And when that sense of safety strengthens, they move into a more intimate bonding behavior. Next, number 7, grooming you or trying to. This is where things get interesting because if your cat ever tries to lick you, even just once, you're seeing one of the highest bonding signals they have. Everything we've talked about so far builds to this. Grooming isn't casual for cats. It's a ritual they reserve for their trusted circle. Think about the last time your cat licked your hand, your hair, or even your sleeve. It might have felt random, but in cat language, grooming is how they show acceptance, lower stress, and create group scent. In their world, sharing scent equals unity, survival, belonging. And here's what most people don't realize. Grooming releases calming chemicals in their brain. That means they're choosing you as a source of comfort. They're saying, "You're part of my group, and I want us to match." Watch the pattern. Soft lick, tiny paws, maybe a little nuzzle. It's tender. It's deliberate. And it's incredibly intimate for a cat. If they groom you and then immediately settle beside you, that's a major emotional message, one that many owners overlook. Because once a cat feels bonded enough to groom you, the next behavior becomes the ultimate sign of trust. Number 8, sleeping near or on you. Have you ever noticed where your cat chooses to sleep when they have the entire house to pick from? This choice reveals more than almost anything else they do. Sleeping is the moment a cat is least able to defend itself, and that instinct goes back thousands of years. So when your cat curls up on your chest, nestles by your legs, or even just settles in the same room, they're sending a message shaped by ancient survival instinct. I trust you to protect me while I'm defenseless. Picture your cat circling once, needing a soft spot, then finally settling against you. Warm, relaxed, completely unguarded. That's not random comfort. That's emotional closeness. Here's what most people miss. Cats don't need physical contact to show this. Even choosing the foot of your bed or a spot by the door says, "I want to be near you while I rest." It's subtle but deeply meaningful, and you can reinforce this bond with tiny habits. A calm voice in the morning, gentle pets before bed, slow blinks when they settle in. These rituals tell your cat, "You're safe with me, too." Because once a cat chooses to sleep near you, you're no longer just their human, you're their home. And that brings us to the final point that ties everything together. All these small habits your cat shows, whether it's a slow blink, a quiet follow, a head bump, or sleeping near you, aren't random at all. They're pieces of a hidden language built on trust, safety, and connection. Once you learn to read them, you start seeing your relationship with your cat in a completely new way. Think about it. A creature that survives by being cautious chooses to relax around you, protect you, share with you. That's not small. That's meaningful. And now you know what those moments truly say. If you want to deepen the bond, pay attention to the little choices your cat makes each day. Those tiny behaviors are their way of saying, "You matter to me." Let me know in the comments which sign your cat shows the most, and which one surprised you today. And remember, you're not just living with a cat. You're learning the language of an animal that trusts only a select few. That says something about